What was your decision to go into MMA?
I think I was a better fighter when I felt the trauma that I thought I had. And then when I started realizing my life is good. Being now Coach AJ, stepfather AJ, husband AJ, it's all good. Life goes on, and like there's still people like Johnny Parsons. I'm not around him, but I have an impact on his life. Oh, here's my story. This is why.
Right.
I one of my friend's old teammates, Joey Beltran, he was going to fight Pat Barry in UFC. Pat Barry, kickboxing world champion, huge guy, was finishing people with low kicks.
That could be it. And one more time. What a great fight.
And the people that were around us said, AJ, put 2 shin pads on your leg, kick him as hard as you literally can in the leg in your sparring round. And I'm kicking him, and after the round, I couldn't walk. My ankle and my knee were both like just from me slamming my leg against his body. And I was like, damn, I've never kicked anything like that before.
Coach AJ Matthews, man.
Come on, dog.
I was just talking to Justin. How's it? He told me, obviously, this is what everyone wants to know.
Right.
Considering as far as like what transpired. I don't know if you saw how I think Ronda Rousey went on a comedian's butt.
Yeah.
How's it been like? Justin told me that, you know, he sent her over to you and she's been having a lot of fun, you know, hitting pads and, you know, training with you in particular. And then he told me, I just literally got out of a podcast with him, and he said he wouldn't have like matched her up with any other coach or recommended her to any other coach. But can you explain to me how it's been like and what it's been like to train with Ronda? And is this your first time training with Ronda?
Yeah. The first time I met Ronda actually was in Justin's garage. Actually, he called me out of the blue one day. He was like, "This is gonna sound like backwards land, but you want to train Ronda Rousey?" I was like, "Come on, man, well, of course, you know." And so we met our first time in Justin's garage, and when you're meeting somebody like this is a person who we're almost the same age. She was more successful than I was in fighting, so there's maybe some doubts. And plus, she said I looked like Scuba Steve because I had my goggles on. She was like, "This is Scuba Steve."
By the way, I think that's what makes you unique. We'll talk about that a little bit more. You know, you're the only one with the goggles on, but then I think it kind of branded you. I mean, in my eyes.
Come on, I wasn't the first to think of it, you know. Winklejohn, I think Coach Winklejohn, he's not a goggy guy, but I think he caught a toenail.
Yeah.
After training with Ronda, like our session went well enough to continue, you know, where she felt comfortable with me, and I was just excited to be working with her, you know. And what I've found is that on top of her being like, she's an Olympian, bro, and her mom made her train like hard. Like she sometimes, because I have her do these little line footwork warm-ups, and if I turn around and then turn back around, she'll be like still doing it, and I'll be like, do the next one. You know, like she'll do the work until I say stop. And so she's like great student. And then she's just like been like really nice and generous, you know. She like bought me a book, bought my wife a book. Just cause, you know what I mean? She's just thoughtful in these ways, and super cool person, very nice, kind of a nerd, you know. Talks in movie quotes, but
Fast and Furious movie.
Old school. She's like really into script writing and things like that. She's just like, there's a lot more to her than you would think, or that, you know, that we've been shown. And but yeah, just like really, really cool, kind person.
Are you the training regimen that you have with her? Is it to fight, or is it like a hobbyist kind of like, hey, let's come in at come in at 6 p.m. Your average kind of student, without giving too much away, I guess.
Yeah, no,
Because I know where that's going.
I train her 5 times a week.
5 times a week. Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So we can.
okay.
And I train her 5 times a week, and it's every other week. She goes and trains a week in Vegas. She comes back and trains with me. She's hard. She trains as hard as anybody I've seen. So maybe that's just the way that she trains, like does her hobbyist training, and that's just how the only way she knows how to train is like all or nothing. But regardless, it's been awesome. I think that we can improve her.
You know what I noticed I've been talking to a lot of high-level competitors. Again, one of them was Justin. I want to know your training regimen when you were fighting, because I can only imagine you've been into, I mean, obviously I looked you up, Wikipedia that real quick.
Yeah.
And you've been through wars, you've had your ups and downs. What was your competitive nature like? I want to know the mindset of it, because, like, say, talking to Justin Jafla, right? You could just see a little bit of, like, he should have done this, a little bit of that. Yeah. And then I know it's not so much regret, but it's just the competitiveness aspect. And then it's like, damn, why didn't I do that?
Yeah.
Were you like that, or were you more of like, let's see where it goes, let's just have fun with it? Or were you like, nah, I'm going to take over this thing? What's going on, guys? If you're enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the channel, only if you're getting value out of it on YouTube, and also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a rating and follow. And also, I also write a blog newsletter from what I learned from my incredible guests that I have on. So sign up for the email list and get updates on the podcast. Thank you for your love and support. Now back to the show.
I was like just so arrogant and thought that I deserved the success just by being alive, I suppose.
Like a little bit of entitlement, a little bit.
Yeah, entitled for 1,000%. And like looking back, it's almost all regret for me.
Why is that?
Yeah, I tell my wife all the time. I tell a lot of people all the time. I've never tried at anything in my whole life. I was like C's at degrees. I was like okay at soccer, but I would only play soccer at soccer practice. And then I got a full ride scholarships to play Division II in college. I was like gifted jiu-jitsu and was learning it before other people were, so then my jiu-jitsu was better than other people. I was like, I'm just good at this, and you know what I'm saying? So I thought a lot of the things, like when I first started training, I think I was like a hurt young person. Life happens in all these different ways, but so I had this fire inside, sort of, and by the time I started maybe a couple fights into fighting pro, I just like life was just good and things were going good, and then I think that I didn't have that fire, and then I'm already think I'm good and I'm arrogant, and then I stopped. So when I was fighting at a high level, I would only train when I signed a contract. So then I would be like a piece of shit. I'm on the couch doing nothing, posting, talking about being a fighter. And then I would sign a contract for shit. I need to kick it into gear. And I would go start training 1,000%, break myself, need surgery. Bellator paid for 6 surgeries or something, and like, I just never, because there's guys, I was surrounded by champions. I was on the team, Dominic Cruz, Brandon Vera, all these guys a lot of them were setting an example, leading by example. This is how you train. This is what it takes. And I would just go, but I'm good, Yeah. And then you got coaches that'll say, I had coaches telling me all the time, like, you can wrestle, but just wrestle sometimes.
Did you not want to wrestle?
No, for me, I was like, I took it upon myself to want to represent Thug Thai, which is like crazy story, dude. But I moved to Thailand. I lived there for a little while, and when I went to Thailand, I had just the craziest. When you go, oh shit, what I identify myself as, Muay Thai and MMA. I'm not at all. I don't do Muay. I did nothing Muay Thai except maybe the round kick. You know, there's like all this tradition and all this like, I never checked kicks. The way we trained was more Dutch. You know what I mean? Fuck the kick, make them pay. Mm-hmm. And up until a certain point, I fought this guy Isak Pikato at middleweight. Nobody kicked hard enough for me to feel like, I should check this, or you know what I mean? Eat a kick, it feels like nothing. I would go punch him and kick back. And so when I was in Thailand, I go, dang, Muay Thai is beautiful. I love it more now than I did then, but I don't do it. And so I kind of took it upon myself to kind of see what Muay Thai really is, learn it a little bit actually. And so that's kind of here I teach Muay Thai.
Yeah.
As I understand it to be, you know.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I hope that you're getting a lot of value out of it. Just a quick announcement. I started a YouTube and Patreon membership for you Speakeasy Squad listeners out there. So for YouTube, just click down below to join. And also for Patreon, I'll post a link down below so that you could join for you Spotify and Apple podcast listeners out there. What you get is behind the scene footage and early access to podcasts, some pictures, photos, and whatever behind the scenes shoots that we do. So click the links down below, and all the proceeds, actually all of it goes into this podcast. So to enhance productions, to get bigger guests on, all of it. So thank you for your love and support. And now back to the show. What do you understand it to be, Kirch? What's your definition of Muay Thai? Because we were talking before this podcast, and then, like I was telling you, you seem like a non-traditional kind of Muay Thai person. You know, like what comes up is when people start training Muay Thai. I mean, even these guys are going, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, you know, and it's like, okay, so what's your definition of actual Muay Thai? And yeah, how do you see the broad spectrum of that very sport? Like, how do you come about to teach it? In your own.
I don't think you can understand what Muay Thai is if you don't speak the language. If you're not like engulfed in it, because it's like it's a culture. It's more than punch, kick, knee, elbow, clinch, you know. And so what I teach is punch, kick, knee, elbow, and clinch. And to the best of my knowledge, or what I thought I gathered, to that extent. I think that Muay Thai, you know, they play the music. And I think that Muay Thai happens like almost on this metronome. And so I call it the TikTok of Thug Thai. But it's the Muay Thai metronome. Kick, foot down, check. It's go bing, bang, and boom.
Right.
And then you can play your defenses off of that. It's almost a guaranteed rhythm. That person has to kick you back if you kick them. And these just different ideas that I don't know if they're right. That's why, you know what I mean? I'd tell people I make this shit up.
You never got deep into even when you went to
when I was there, and the owner of the gym that I was at, Boyd Clark, shouts out Phuket Top Team, rest in peace. Shout out to the gym. He's an Australian dude, but he filled me in a lot on what Muay Thai is. And we spent a lot of time together playing NBA 2K 2 a.m, you know, and just talking Muay Thai. And so I, with the information that I have, I do my best to spread it. But I never did. I'm not, it sucks, you know, but I'm not like a Muay Thai practitioner.
The reason why I asked, I resonate with that so much because, okay, well, I'm not in like high level competition or anything. It's just I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe you're right about that, where you have to go to Thailand, really engulf in the culture. I say I do Muay Thai as well when I practice it, but I don't really even know Muay Thai. Like I don't even. I'm around people that do Muay Thai, and then they have the music playing, but I don't have an understanding of it. I know just you explained it perfectly. Actually, I got that off the bat when you were like check. Kick, elbow clinch, it was like a triangle, and that's what I know it as. So, if so, though, it's like, well, there's levels to it. Obviously, you got, Super Bond and all those guys that at a high level I wouldn't even understand. But then I don't know how I would describe like fighting in Muay Thai. Have you? I know about your MMA career, but have you fought in Muay Thai competitions?
I fought Muay Thai one time in Thai. And like, a lot of people say that they fought at Bangla Stadium, which is like a local thing. But I don't know. I wasn't at any crazy level, but I fought. It was pretty cool. It was like the show is on TV there in Thailand, and they film the event. It's not in the stadium. It's in a TV studio. And there's like, it's free to the public or whatever. So there's some people in there. The guy that I fought was a foreigner from England. And apparently he had a handful of fights or a few fights, And hindsight, with what I know now, I would have liked to play the game of Muay Thai more than I did. I just went in there, did thug tie. Cross block, landed a kick, low kick, left hook, and the fight's over. You know what I mean?
Full time meaning you just kind of move forward, go in there. I mean, like I like the name,
No, it's like American Muay Thai, or it's because I just don't want to claim so hard that I teach Muay Thai for Thailand Muay. You know what I mean? Like some places that you train, you have to wear Thai trunks. You learn the white crew. I learned one, I don't know it, So I would say that what I show it's just not until you go that. Like I show the techniques just fine. I think I teach the sport of it. Like if somebody came to me from America and I was going to teach them Muay Thai, I think I could get them technically to the ability quicker than if they went to Thailand because I can speak the language. I've done the motions, you know what I mean? But what I teach isn't what they teach.
Traditional.
It's just because I just don't know what traditional is.
Is there even a definition for that?
I don't know.
Would you say your style of, I guess, quote unquote, Muay Thai, thug style, is more of like a MMA striking kind of? What would you
No,
Dutch?
when I teach, like what I teach is to the best of my knowledge Muay Thai, and then some months I'll teach to the best of my knowledge the Dutch style, and you know what I mean. But and then with certain fighters, this person only boxes, this person kicks well, and that person, you know what I mean. And so I try not to like one, I guess it'd be a luxury. One luxury that I have is that I don't have 100 people that are trying to fight. And so I can I know your strengths. We might have, and it's a system that's entirely different from this other person. Where a lot of big gyms or where it's more difficult, they just got a cookie cutter and they're like, do this, do this, do this. And so I think that that's one thing that's nice about me, but at the same time also means I'm all over the place.
So it's not just like your focus. So if someone came up to you, walked into the gym, it's like, hey, I want to compete at the highest level of Muay Thai, do you even accept those kinds of students? Like you corner?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
There's a great amateur show here at WCK. And I've had guys on there, a handful of guys on there, doing Muay Thai. And this is the crazy. Like, I would challenge a lot of people to watch go to YouTube Golden Era Muay Thai and watch a fight, and then pick a winner before they announce it. It's flip a coin. We don't know how they store things. It's so interesting.
Is it the scoring or is it just the back and forth of the fight?
That's what I don't know. They
I'm confused too.
they take things into consideration, like how much balance you have, how composed you are. But are you effective in the clinch? But it's like the things that in the Western world we would analyze as good may not be. It's a really crazy thing, and I wish I could understand it fully.
What was your decision to go into MMA, particularly? What did you like about MMA? I know that seems like a general question, but what got you like really fired up and intrigued for that particular sport? And we're gonna go back because this is one of my favorite questions to ask. It started off as a joke, but I think in order to fight, especially with all the battles that you had to have some trauma. Like before then, I ask everyone that, and everyone has a story. Everyone's like, "Whoa, I was an angry kid, I got bullied," and
I think I was a better fighter when I felt the trauma that I thought I had. And then when I started realizing my life is good, it's all easy. Not the sport, but just life in general. It's like, oh, dang, it's kind of, go to work, pay some bills, go to the beach. And things, it's like, oh, this is easy. This is a nice little cushy life. And then I just got too real comfortable. To answer your trauma question, I think maybe I had a little bit, like there's a reason why I moved. I grew up in South Dakota, and when I was 14, I moved in with my oldest half brother in Carlsbad here. And he had been doing jiu-jitsu at that time. And so we would go to one of his friend's house on Sundays, grapple chapel, and we would train jiu-jitsu. And the main thing that got me hooked on the sport was the camaraderie in that gym or in that garage. And I don't like 0-2 in the streets. I got beat up once in high school, and then I let this guy hit me in college, and I didn't do anything about it. And so I'm not like a fight guy. I don't think there's anything cool about fighting.
sure.
You know what I mean? But when it came to, I had to try to, it was weird, man. My career was weird. I had to lie to myself a lot, get pumped up sometimes. Sometimes I would think, oh, I'm expressing art. Sometimes I would,
Yeah.
until I got to the point where this is just what I do. It's what I.
Yeah, you were just, I guess it was just in your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were just doing it as a habit, and then it's just, yeah, you're right.
And then now that's what, oh shit, this is my life.
Yeah.
All right, this is what I am,
Going back to it, do you mind asking me what particular trauma you had growing up as a kid got really pushed?
Oh, no, it's all right. I have a brother, and he just he got into trouble when I was a kid. And one day, I think that sort of thing puts a cloud over the house. And then my parent, just everything in my life just had a cloud over it when I was in South Dakota. And, I was going to be going to high school, and then I was going to be going to high school in my brother's shadow where he, caused a little problems and had a reputation already. And so that was, as, I don't think that's too bad of stuff, but I remember taking it real hard. And so I held on to that a lot, I think.
Yeah. So when you were going into MMA training, did you just like the training itself? And then I guess that's the path, right? It's almost like, okay, you start training, let me see what I can do with this. And then you go into competition, and then all of a sudden you end up like as a coach somewhere, right? That seems to be like the trifecta.
Yeah.
Start a gym somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that's pretty accurate in your journey, or was it like just because you were in that environment, it kind of led you to just stay within that?
Yeah. The 100,000% product of my environment. I was like, when I was in high school, I was only around. I didn't have friends. I had, a couple of friends. Shout out Waleed. But like, I had one friend in high school, and then I had these 6 or 8 mentors in life who were fighters. And so that I spent most of my time around these people. They looked after me, helped me through things and out of things. And so I just followed the path that they were creating. And man, there's it's nothing like trying to really crush your friends and then having some food later.
Right, exactly. All those chemicals are running too. That has a big part of it.
Oh yeah.
You're doing something hard, and then you're actually just growing. It's not like, kind of, maybe this might be like a bad comparison, but then, you work out, you do the same things, but then you feel like you're growing when you're doing martial arts just in general. It really is a good addiction.
Yeah, it is. I think that certain things you can sort of maybe only learn through athletics. Pushing yourself, being mentally strong. But then when in combat, where you're literally trying to survive, you don't have a chance, but you still have to give everything that you've got. I think that that's what makes the training special, is that these people around you are going to extract from you everything that you have for your betterment and for theirs.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. I mean, everything's transactional, right?
mhm.
It's just not like a one-way streak. How much do you think now, looking back at it, hindsight's always 2020. Do you put your identity still on fighting? Because a lot of high competitors do. You seem to be one of them. Like I said, you've been through wars. Justin, Ronda Rousey. How much of an identity now? Because it's kind of like playing basketball, right? Like Kobe said it once, that he was a basketball player, and then all of a sudden some athletes can't handle that. Like, they have a tough time. It's almost PTSD, to where I put my life into this. Justin even said it actually earlier. Justin J. Phil Flores, he said that I put my body into this. I put my life into this. How much stock do you put in that identity, that fighting identity, looking back at it now?
For me, I like, and at this point in my life, I would say almost none. When I stopped fighting, because I had detached the retina in my eye.
And how'd you do that, though?
I was the Holby pads, I think. Yeah, one night I was sitting across from my wife at the dinner table, and like, I closed this eye and I could see her, and I closed this one and it was like, it was just black.
Oh, jeez.
And I went to the eye doctor shortly after that, and I just, there's a number of reasons why I stopped. I have enough respect for the game to know that I wasn't willing to work hard enough to achieve what I wanted to.
That's such a big self-awareness key. So a lot of people, I mean, I respect that, because, believe it or not, a lot of people aren't transparent with that. It's not so much that they're not aware and they don't want to admit it because they're like pussies or anything. It's just because, again, going back to the identity thing, it's like, no, it's like another person talking, and it's like a split personality. It's like, no, I'm doing this for what they can't. It's hard for them to hold on, and they do that subconsciously.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're not even trying to act like someone else. They just do it subconsciously because it's all they know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, let's go on.
No, not at all. And I just after my eye had happened, I was pretty bummed. I sort of thought I was gonna be able to get a couple more, but then being now Coach AJ, stepfather AJ, husband AJ, it's all good. Life goes on, and like, there's still people like Johnny Parsons. I'm not around him, but I have an impact on his life.
Absolutely.
Like, there's
Shout out, Johnny.
shouts out, slug or not.
Slug or not.
But yeah, and sometimes people bring up, oh, that head kick knockout. Yeah, a lifetime ago. I'm okay turning the page. I was I'm trying to think about there's a lot of life left to live. What am I going to be doing?
Coaching and fighting are completely different. And sometimes, yes, we are a product of our environment, right? Like sometimes we just kind of fall into it. What would you say is, I guess, I mean, they're just two different things. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like, okay, you fight and then you're like coaching up beginners. Is it exciting for you? Because I did that, like as far as you have these kind of, you spar, you fight and all that, and then coaching someone from day one. Like I actually want to help fighters be in their corner, right? There's different types of coaches, and then you do these classes, right? What would you say? Do you enjoy it? Like truly, I know there's you're progressing someone's growth. I completely get that. But personally for you, is it fulfillment?
Yeah, when it comes to coaching a hobbyist, call it that,
Yeah.
I love being able to, not that I'm being able to, but like helping the process of somebody going from, ouch, I don't know, yeah, to, well, confident, good technique, to strength on the inside and out. I think that it's a really rewarding thing for me to be a part of that process.
Yeah.
So I like the hobbyist. A lot of times, man, the fighters are talking about the difference between coaching and fighting. As a coach, it's not like, as a fighter, your success is up to you. I can either choose to do the work, be focused, do this and that, or not. And then, Tom Brands or Terry, whichever one, said, you get what you work for. But as a coach, I only have control of this person for a couple hours a week. And so sometimes on one night, if I was fighting, I would only be able to lose once. Sometimes on a night as a coach, I can lose 4 times. And I feel them all the same, whether it was me or my competitors. And vice versa, you can win 4 times too. But it's like you almost have no control as a coach, unless you're willing to give more than they're willing to give. But what I learned because my brother used to teach jiu-jitsu, and he would just get his heart broken by people, just stop training. But he would stay after class. He would teach for an extra hour.
He put his all into it.
He puts his all into it. And what I learned from that, I don't know if it was a good or a bad thing, but it was to protect myself. Instead of, I'm gonna do maybe as much as you give me.
That's so interesting. It's almost like a relationship. It's a commitment, right? You're investing. It's like a stock almost.
Yeah.
That you feel connected to.
Yeah,
Attachment.
And some people, like, what I'll tell people is that they'll show you. I have, like, I'll use Jenna. I have this a woman, Jenna Bishop. She's in the PFL. She was in Bellator. She started a little late, but she was a jiu-jitsu world champion, and she doesn't ever not train. She always trains. She always shows up. She always makes weight. She's always sleeping right. She's always eating right. And then that's the first one. You got me, 100%. Whatever you need.
Because she's showing it through her.
Because she'll show me, I'll show you. And that's kind of the system that I work off now. Because sometimes it's like, why are we doing this if you're not gonna try to listen or make the changes that I'm asking? I lost half the fights I was in.
Right.
And so learn from my mistakes so that you don't make these same mistakes. But sometimes it's just, you know, beating your head against the wall. But some people are special, would be special and show you otherwise, or show up for themselves.
I would have figured at the highest level, especially now in today's age. I mean, I don't know if I just live in Vegas and there's a lot of nut jobs just training 24/7, because it could go the other way around, right? Some people don't know how to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I could think back to, oh gosh, there's the talk of the guy that people are saying that just gave up in the UFC. I'm not saying that he did, but then they almost threw in the towel. You know who I'm talking
I'm not
about?
sure.
It was just, he just quit in the middle of the round, right? And again, I don't want to speak. Obviously, I don't know anything, but then the point is that he was overtrained, right? Like I think he did like 5 short weight cuts. I mean, or he took 5 fights within a year,
Right.
right? So there's that aspect, and but we're talking about the part where people are lazy. So that's what I
Yeah.
mean. But it could go the other way around. It's like, as a coach, it's like, yo, chill, man.
Yeah, that's one point where a coach could step in. Like, you're supposed to be this racehorse's handler. Does the racehorse need to run today?
Right.
Does it need to rest today? Well,
And they almost look, with a lot of them, they're most likely younger. They almost look to you as a therapist, a bartender, or a father figure.
yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? I mean, they'll probably tell you something that happened in their school, or they'll tell you like you changed their life, right? This thing, it's like a connected commitment.
Yeah.
You're lacking with them, right? You have this
Yeah.
emotional connection.
Yeah, when I think that beating people up who you care about will creates a pretty interesting bar.
Yeah.
I always tell my guys, like, because sometimes they'll be sparring like soft or something. Motherfucker, you don't care about your friends? Oh, here's my story. This is why.
Right.
I one of my friends' old teammates, Joey Beltran, he was going to fight Pat Barry in UFC. Pat Barry, kickboxing world champion, huge guy, was finishing people with low kicks. And the people that were around us said, AJ, put 2 shin pads on your leg, kick him as hard as you literally can in your sparring round. And I'm kicking him, and after the round, I couldn't walk. My ankle and my knee were both, like, just from me slamming my leg against his body. And I was like, damn, I've never kicked anything like that before. And
Did you think you were just gonna like?
no, I mean, I knew that was like a lot of, like, I have a gift. It was to kick people in the leg. And then the whole moral of the story was, if you didn't do it, then it's going to happen under the bright lights. How's he going to react? So I have a gift of being able to feel the leg hard. And it's my duty to this team to offer my gift to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that's my mindset. So when these guys, like, I got a guy that's great at wrestling, doesn't shoot a takedown for a round. Like, what if your friend in training partner is fighting a wrestler? Do your duty to the team. Just don't even stop taking him down. Just take him down. Go try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. At the most basic level, that just reminds me, at the very basic level, that reminds me of, like, if someone throws, one of those things that you slip, like a pool, one of those pull things, and then they throw it over here.
Yeah.
It's, well, what are you doing,
Yeah.
man? Like,
Are you
give me the
are you
look.
teaching them to slip the punch over there or to their face?
Right. Or the pads over here, right?
Exactly. They're fighting a 3-headed monster?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was it. Like, I don't know how we got on this subject. I'm sorry, but if there's any message that I can deliver today, it's that you have a gift and you got to give it to your team.
Man, that's such a good reframe. I've never heard of that one before, even though it was been said differently, is that you have a gift. You have to gift it to your teammates.
Otherwise,
That's a great one. That's a banger. I'm going to use that one. But,
you know
no,
what? Shane Shapiro.
yes.
Shout out Shane, man. He had so much respect for me as Muay Thai coach when I was at Syndicate. Like, just a great guy. And we were sparring MMA rounds. And he shot, dude. He grabbed my leg and he picked it up and he let it go. And I told him, saying, "You motherfucker, you're allowed to take me down, dude. I was in an MMA fight.
Sure.
Like, you have this gift. You're a black belt jiu-jitsu. You have better wrestling than me. Let me, like, give that to me so that I can try to work out of it."
Yeah.
And like, that's just the whole thing.
That almost seems common though, right? Whether I'm not saying it was like that for shame, but whether it's like a status thing too. It's almost like I don't want to hit my coach and then have this like tension. And not that you're going to, but then it's in their mind. It's planted in their head. It's like, well, I really like this coach and I look up to him and he's so skilled and all that stuff. They almost formulate this imagination in their head like, okay, well, I have that. It's almost like showing respect to your elders or something.
Yeah, I think that on the mat we're peers. Like, if you and I were gonna spar, we would be peers. Obviously, I would have to. Well, maybe that's not obvious, but I would try not to hurt you. But so this is how I do it with my students now. Is I'll tell them, if you do, I want them to go as hard as they can. Literally as hard as you can.
You mean like 100%?
Hit me hard, kick me hard. Yeah.
Like it's sparring when you're sparring. Okay, yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
I should be good enough to protect myself.
Well,
And
and
B, if you don't, I'm gonna hurt you. I want people to feel like they can come after me. And if they do, then we'll work. Cool. I might slip something, but I'm not gonna do anything malicious.
Of course.
But if you start doing some lame things.
And what are those? Some of those links?
One guy, here's a good story. One of my students, we were moving around and I think he wanted to get slick with it. So he started going calf kick. I'm not a big fan of the calf kick.
Calf kick, really? He angled out and
Yeah.
he was doing the whole angling.
I just think if you can't hurt somebody to the thigh, then you don't deserve to hurt them at all. And it's done. Calf kicks are useful and effective. But this is how I feel. And so he kicked me in the calf, I think twice, and I just looked at him and I slammed one on his leg.
Oh, like a full-on turnover.
Yeah.
Turnover tie note.
I probably like maybe 70% because I'm not going to kick these guys crazy.
Sure.
But he like couldn't train for 2 months. His leg, like, it might still have, like, it had a dent, like a indentation.
I thought it was swole, but it was a
No,
dent.
it was a dent. It was the craziest thing. And I just like, it's one of I really don't, I don't swing. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's hard to get people to feel comfortable beating up their friends. But if you don't, then it's going to happen when it matters.
For sure.
And like I had 2 guys that were going kind of hard, which was sick. I was like happy about the round, but it was really because they were like, one of them went spinning elbow, but pulled it. The other guy thought he didn't pull it that much. And so they fought. And then afterwards, I'm like, hey, that was tight. Both of you come here. In your head,
That's dope.
when something lands hard, instead of saying, fuck this guy, you just have to say, thank this guy. Because that's your teammate. That's someone that cares about you. That's showing you your weakness. And so if it happens again, fooled me twice, like, that's also your fault. Don't let him spinning elbow. You put your hand up.
Check the fucking kick.
Check the kick. Yeah. Check the kick.
Yeah.
Right?
Learn how to check a kick.
And so, like, that's like, go hard with your friends if there's an agreement. Are we going to get better today? Yeah. And if I craft you, you got to thank her for it because that's your fault.
Mm-hmm. I would have figured that happened. Talking about this, it could be scary sometimes. I mean, obviously, I go to Syndicate MMA, and I can't say it happens all the time. It's pretty controlled out, right? Everyone is at a pro level, but it does happen, right? And I remember a long time ago, there's this picture of, like, it's still on the post with Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis kind of like going at it. And I'm like, that has to be, how do you even control that when that, that happens? But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, no, I completely understand the concept, especially if you're trying to make something out of it, right? If you're going to go into a fight, give them the gift. That's always going to stick with me. That's why I like doing these podcasts, because it's like, oh, that's stuck. Give them that gift. How often are you doing that nowadays, though, since you are teaching?
Do I jump in?
Oh, no. Like, so I guess I'm saying, so most Jenny, right? They have, say, like Carl that kickboxing, or even here, you run the classes. Would you say 70% of them are kind of like beginners, hobbyists?
Oh,
What's the ratio? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
probably right on the striking side, maybe 80-20,
right.
90-10.
Sure.
People who are. We have like Crew Nesto has done such a great job of like cultivating a team feel for our Muay Thai side. And so there's like 10, 13 people who are doing, PKBs, want to do amateur things like that, And, but then we also have just a lot of people who think Muay Thai sounds nice.
Yeah, they have. Is it more of like a fantasy in their head where?
No, man, I just think like they go, I'd rather do this than work out,
Yeah, for sure.
Or, deep down, I want to be able to protect myself, or I want to feel like I'm learning something while getting to work out.
Yeah.
I think there's so many reasons for people to start the journey.
I've said it in most podcasts. I mean, personally, I don't even try to hide it, but when I first started, it wasn't like anything happened to me. It was just, I thought it was cool. I grew up watching Mike Tyson and like Randy Pacquiao. I was like, I want to learn that because I just want to look for it.
Yeah.
Well, as a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think most people, not that that makes me special or anything, but then most people, they'll kind of hide behind I want to learn self-defense. Well, yeah, of course, but then, no, it looks cool. Like, I want to be like Kobe Bryant, like anything else. Like, fighting it looks cool.
Right.
That's why people watch it. That's why you got the quote-unquote casuals or whatever you want to call it. And then you already know that they're, like, depicting this thing in their head to where they're dreaming about it every night,
Yeah.
But there is something to be said about that. Ever since I personally started training, at most times, and I don't know if you feel like this, Coach, but when you walk, you don't even have to use it. There's just this vibe about you, right? You let it out at the gym, I don't know, or you're just tired.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like walk, minding your business. You're respectful.
Not this most recent Halloween, but the Halloween prior, my wife dressed me up as Frankenstein. So she painted my face all green. We're at this bar, and there's like an altercation outside, a person that we know and somebody else. And she's like, you have to go outside. So I go out there and I'm like, "Whoa." And I just went, come on, guys. And that was it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that, you know what I mean? Most of the times, I think when two regular people are going to fight, neither of them want to fight anyway.
Sure.
So then I think that I'm a decent voice of reason. And also, I don't know, I look like Frankenstein at the time.
Sticking to that subject, to me, for us, I mean, Joe Rogan talk about it, about how there are consequences if you don't know how to fight. Like, you don't have to use it.
Yeah.
But then that's always stuck with me, how Faraz said, you don't want to be at the mercy of someone, even though you don't use it. You want to be able to walk around, at least have that self-confidence to think, even though the other guy could kill you, even though you've been training, right? Like Bill Rogan says, he's like, well, John Jones could kill me, but at least I know that he's capable of doing something, anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think for you, you're way past that. I mean, you've been at the pro level, obviously. So that's what I often think about when people, train martial arts. It's more of the feel and not to actually do. Most of it's fantasizing. And
it'll change your inner chemistry and your self-confidence. And you know what I mean? There's so many things that'll change if you go. For the first time I ever recognized, like, where I looked at my hands like, whoa, my brother used to go to UC San Diego, and they have a mat room, so we would go down there and do jiu-jitsu sometimes. And this one time, one of our jiu-jitsu friends, he was in a fraternity, and he'd have like that's how they would haze people. He would twist them up. And so we're in this mat room, and all these big, like there was just this huge orange looking guy.
Orange looking guy.
You know, just tan, fake tan, maybe
Okay, yeah.
steroids, like just. And they were like, "Oh, AJ, roll with that guy." And I think I was 15. I've always been the same height, but I was skinny. And took his back choke, and I just went like, "Whoa." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dang.
Like a superpower.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You know, and then it makes you kind of be like, for a while it gets to your head, but after you get past that, you just go, you can relax a minute.
Yeah. How do you see it now as far as like the ego is concerned? Well, let me ask you this. How often do you train compared to coaching? Or do you train every day?
Anymore?
Yeah, like nowadays.
Oh no, I'm out the game, dog.
Yeah.
I play golf now.
I think that's the pathway too.
That's
the
also- that's
pathway
part of it,
too,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
No, I
How old are you, much?
37.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean,
Make it to
when you're
the
going
yo.
when you're going towards there.
But every now and then, every now and then I'll still suit up and do spar some rounds with whoever wants to spar some rounds.
Flowing type, or is it like getting ready for
I
competition?
to get after it. You know, I wear a helmet that covers my eye, but as hard as they can go, you know, I'm down. Like last time Johnny was in town, we moved around.
Oh,
You know, yeah, those are cool rounds.
jeez.
Those are cool rounds.
Johnny, like, yeah, for sure.
And
He and me saying that, it's because he cares. Like, you know, I've seen him really go at it, and
Yeah.
he's a big set, right? He's like naturally kind of, I guess, quote unquote, big boned.
yeah, he's thick,
Yeah,
dude.
he's thick. Yeah.
And he can send his hips too. So he kicks crazy.
Yes.
But yeah, like anytime anybody wants to move around at any level, I'm still down. You know, but I just I don't go out of my way to try to refine or get my cardio up. Or I'm surrounded by world-class jiu-jitsu, and I'll jump in every now and then to get some rolls in. But I don't train.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you kind of got out of that identity,
Yeah,
right? Like it's your it's almost like you're at peace with,
I'm all good, dude.
yeah, you're all good, right? Like what you just said right there, it's just, I don't feel the need to. And you know, it's great. Again, I like doing these podcasts because I can kind of relate to that for a long time, even though it was just like a practitioner kind of thing, hobbyist, whatever you want to call it. I still identified. That's how I got up every morning. Like, yeah, you know, I'm a fighter. And then that when you say, like, it kind of like saying this, it's like, instead of saying, I read books, I'm a reader, right? When you put that into
Yeah.
identity, you're kind of like, okay. And that's the same thing. I play basketball. I'm a basketball player, right? I'm a fighter. Even if it's not,
Yeah.
right, like at the highest level or anything. So that's what kind of gets me up in the morning. But nowadays, 40 now, it's just getting balanced. You got this, right? And then I almost think of it as seasons in your life.
Yeah.
Right,
Try
you're-
base, bro.
Yeah, in like 3 years, you're probably gonna be doing something different. Your makeup is gonna be different.
Billiards.
Billiards, yeah. You got Efren Reyes over here.
No, I train like FMA now,
Yep.
twice a week, like Filipino martial arts. So I'm working with the knife.
Yeah.
And-
Three of nice.
No, just working that. You know, we'll be getting some.
Yeah,
But this is gonna be my.
Wheel.
This is gonna go. What do they call it? This is my viral clip right here. Fighters, MMA fighters, are mad at jiu-jitsu people for calling their matches fights. Well, after learning actual fighting with the knife and the high pokes and the dick kicks and the biting, MMA fighters, myself included, what we do is also not fight.
Wow, interesting. What differentiates that? I know there's not.
Rule set.
I mean, I know it's like no holds barred, and remember when I was telling you about the guy? Shout out Mark. But he does the same thing. Like he always instilled in us in Carlsbad kickboxing. He wasn't like an instructor or anything, but we had a group of guys. And he's the one that the reason why I know a little bit about the knife fighting with 5 counts of broad stuff and all that is because of him. And he always said fighting is ballistic. He's saying the same thing you are, right? Like he's done MMA, and then he was showing me this thing. It's like I forgot what it was called, but it was like something of life where if you're in a knife fight, you're gonna grab his hip, put the knife in his pocket. You will get sliced because it's a knife fight, and then you're gonna break his elbow and then run away, right? Like you're gonna get touched, but you're gonna run away with your life. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. Give me your take, your subjective take on what you've learned of what the difference is between an actual street fight, with the kicking balls and all that stuff, and between an MMA. I know there's rule sets. I mean, let's not count the obvious, but then what's the biggest difference that you see between, let's just call it street fighting, and MMA?
I just think that the acceptable amount of violence is what separates it. If not rules, and this is a sport, like fighting. Let's say it's a battlefield. War. I'd say that's a fight. Or something where it's something's at stake.
Yeah.
That's not a amount of money.
Right.
But that was just, I just think after training this, I go, why? I'm not even a fighter. I was just mixed martial arts.
Yeah. But then you're thinking, like, as far as in that domain, you're thinking way ahead of people. Okay, because you've been through fighting. Like, you see things different, right? From the common man. Like, a guy that, has maybe trained MMA, that's a whole nother category, man. The street fighting thing.
Yeah.
You've seen MMA, and then it's almost like you're just stacking on top of, like, how this one thing, jiu-jitsu, street fighting.
Yeah, the other day, dude, we heard some screaming at like 2 a.m. outside of our house. I ran out there, and all I could think about was like,
And kick someone in the balls.
hope this guy's got a knife.
Oh.
Which is dumb, because I'm not good at it. So it's like that. It's like getting your blue belt,
Right.
I could choke anybody.
Sure,
I was like,
sure.
I'm going to disarm this knife,
Right.
stick the guy, headbutt him, and poke him, and arm wrench and wrist lock him,
Yeah.
But
That's so funny.
it's dumb.
Like, and I'm guessing they have you teach, like, get your arteries away. Like, you have to.
The schooling I'm getting isn't so 1,000 cuts, this and that. We're really just doing like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Jeet Kune Do, I guess.
Right. So, sticking back to Muay Thai, what do you think people are most scared of? So, I guess what I'm really trying to say is that, is it the clinch that people are hesitant of doing? Because it's up close, you get kneed, there's room to get elbowed. Because I guess I'm speaking for myself again, because so it's
In terms
It's
of
almost
learning
like
it or fighting it.
let's separate.
I really think that people enjoy learning the clinch.
Okay.
It's especially kids. When I taught in syndicate, there'd be 30 kids doing the clinch, knees, round knee, sweep. It was cool.
Yeah.
And then I have come up with a system. Can I plug something? Do you mind if I plug like?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
for sure. Look straight into the camera right there, man.
Hey, man, go to Magnus, MAGNVS, and subscribe. I'm one of the coaches on there. There's Damian Alamo, Shane Faison, so many great coaches. Coach K up at CSA. But I have a full clinch curriculum with videos and explanations that I think is easy to digest. But outside of that, I think I've from what I learned over there, broke down the clinch into bite-sized pieces that make sense.
Okay.
And so I think that the way I teach the clinch, people enjoy. And then I think that what people fear the most when going to fight Muay Thai is bone on bone and elbows.
Yes. Yeah.
But a lot of the times when here your first couple amateur fights, you're wearing shin guards,
Right.
and then when it becomes no shins, it's like tense. You know,
Oh, it's for real.
this is gonna be more painful than I expect. It's not, but it's just that it's mentally, you know.
Yeah.
But when I fought, I was like, "What am I doing? Elbows?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was in MMA. There's elbows, but it's not like there aren't. It's not like the main weapon.
Yeah, that's heavy focus. Like
know?
they're looking for the elbow.
And so that was what I for me, because I had fought no shins. No shins was all good because I'll be clanking these things, but elbows was
Yeah.
that's kind of
Even with knees, I actually got I don't know if you could see it right here. I got cut open. Like
no.
wide. I think it was this one right here. Yeah, and it was like 12 stitches, 8 stitches. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
It's a pretty gnarly experience. Like you could see my ligaments on the inside. Not to get too graphic, but
hello.
yeah, I think that's probably the reason why I asked. I mean, I do enjoy the clinch because to me it's just grappling.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like it's the feel out.
Mhm.
A lot of people when they first start, they struggle through it, try to overpower it, and then there's techniques to it. You got to drive them like a steering wheel kind of thing.
Yeah, when I was in Thailand, I was fortunate enough to be invited to clinch with the fighters at the gym, like the Thai boxers at the gym. And I was a bigger guy, obviously, and the only advice they gave me was not strong.
Right.
And so we're just, and that's where I learned, you just pummel when they pummel.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. You get to this place, get to that place, maybe hold it, throw a knee, go continue. Where it's hard to get people to that point because everybody wants to win every position.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so training people that's not what it is, I think is really important.
Especially with the neck part, right? They'll crank the neck a little bit. It's like they'll flow, and then all of a sudden they'll turn you. It's like, dude.
Yeah. This guy's got a job, bro.
Exactly, man. And then yeah, it's always a joke at Syndicate when Johnny was teaching. It's kind of like, oh, it's clinch day. Oh, we're gonna be walking around like this the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but clinch is just a necessary aspect, and I see a difference in my game in jiu-jitsu too. When you learn the clinch,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know the clinch, and then when you're clinching them, even like in the ground, when you're trying to, you're trying to hold down their bicep. Some people, they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? It's like, well, I'm grabbing on like a clinch right here on their bicep and they can't move. I think it's just interesting.
Yeah.
It's like an art that they don't look.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing as pummeling in wrestling, right? If you haven't pummeled the wrestling,
Right.
how would you know? Yeah. No. What's the single most important thing about striking? That's a very general question. But if you had to sum it up to kind of land this plane,
Range.
is it range? Is it yeah, exactly, the high IQ stuff, range, or just distance match?
I think understanding that each weapon you have has, like, you want to search for the maximum distance you can land each weapon, and then there's like a Venn diagram that you have and I have, where from this range I can hit you with the round kick. I'd have to step on a jab, and you have to know these things, and I have to know these things. Where if we're here, now you can probably hit me with a couple of your weapons, but if I'm here, you can't hit me with your weapons, but I can hit you with mine. And so understanding that range, sometimes people, and I think I even asked this question, but I go, somebody's getting hit, and then I'll just say, stop, back up 4 inches. Can they hit you now? No.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, if it, because you'll be running through the forest and not see the trees or something. You'll be in here like this, when all you got to do is just leave that situation a little bit. And now it's like, oh, okay. Because if I'm out here, I know I only have to worry about your jab, your teep, maybe the round kick. If I'm here, it's a little, this one. But if I'm here and I'm on this side of you, it's more going to be left hook. You're not going to reach with your right hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe just general position, I think, would be one of the more important things.
Yeah, and the other aspects too. What about like feints and all that? I know they don't teach you that off the bat. If you notice, it's like obviously all the basic stuff, but Yeah, I think feints are like a big one from my experience that they don't really even drill, to be honest with you. Like, in pads,
Yeah.
it's not like they're like, okay, throw the jab first, or maybe move the hip, right? Or the first, when I went to corner, a while ago, I noticed that it's A class. They don't even teach the ear.
Yeah.
They spam the shit.
Yeah.
They spam the shit out of that feint.
Yeah.
That's all they do in
Yeah.
A class. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't. Yeah, I mean that's.
I think that you learn to throw the techniques, and then the other person, and then you learn to defend the techniques, and then at this point now neither person can land anything clean, and then you learn to feint the techniques to land the techniques. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So in order to feint well, you have to know the movement of the technique well. Otherwise, your feint's going to be worthless. You can't. If I'm trying to sell you a jab and I'm feinting like this, I'm not selling you the jab, But if I start moving this towards you or like doing this, I'm selling the jab.
And you really kind of have to jab it. Like you have to sell that thing.
There's the feint is from 1 to 99% of the movement. And some people are so worried about it that you only have to do the 1%.
Right.
And they'll give you the reaction you need. Some people are very controlled and composed and good that it takes 80% of the technique in order for them to make their, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so sometimes you do have to throw it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes
Yeah.
and they're gonna.
That's literally what it is.
Mhm.
It's just that twitch, and it makes the other guy tired. The nerve reaction to it. It's like.
Yeah, I think feints are a great weapon to success, but I think that the overutilization of feints is also can work in the opposite direction.
Yeah, with no purpose.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a purpose behind it. All right, coach. Anything? Okay, so what advice would you have if they want to pursue like just a high level career like yours? Like, just go in there. If you had to look back on it, all right, what would you do differently? What's the one thing that stuck with you that you're like, well, no regrets here, but I would have fill in the blank.
Listen to your coach. Have a good coach, first of all, and then that's a general statement, but you eventually you'll know the difference. But listen to your coach. They're trying to look out for your best interest, and that also looks out for their best interest. And so why would that person lie to you?
Perfect. Beautifully said, coach. And again, I appreciate your time.
Come on, man.
We got people coming in here.
Sorry.
And, yeah, you're like, man, I felt like I know you from Johnny because you did, with his Instagram. So it's like a parasocial relationship.
That's right.
I'm like, I know AJ. Wait, we haven't met before.
We've never met.
We've never met before.
Yeah.
But then, I just did need to feel like I text you because of that, right? Like it's called the mirror exposure effect, where it's like, wait, AJ, what? Oh, you mean AJ Matthews? Oh, AJ Matthews? Oh, I gotta talk to this guy.
Yeah,
Man.
let's do it.
Especially you got a platform now, So,
Wow.
thank you for your time, AJ.
Thank you,
I really
brother.
do appreciate you.
Come on, my
Let's
pleasure.
go.